Get ready. It's time. Christina, Katherine, Lisa, Amy, and Lauren. Welcome to the Cimorelli podcast.
Hey, I'm Christina.
I'm Katherine.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Amy.
I'm Lauren.
And we're Cimorelli. Welcome back to
The Cimorelli podcast. I'm just trying something new. Okay. Welcome back to the show. It's episode 113. Woo-hoo. Didn't even blink. Knew it. Today's topic is a little bit heavier. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. We're going to talk about, it's a part one, by the way. We're not doing all of us in one episode. It's just going to be a few of us. And the topic is going to be our biggest failures, challenges, obstacles, whatever. It could be any of those. And how we overcame them. How did you get to your lowest low? How did you rip yourself out of it and climb higher? Yeah.
Love it.
So that's what we're talking about today. I hope you don't cry too much, but I hope you cry a little bit. Just enough. Just kidding. Do whatever you
I
want.
don't think they'll be crying.
Enjoy. Who knows?
Great.
Don't tell them what to do. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm going to eat the salad.
as Lisa said, we're going to start it in this episode and with the two most long-winded people, and then we're going to end it with the three not as long-winded people in the next episode. So they're going to tell you their biggest challenges, obstacles, struggles, failures, whatever. So if you guys want to get all of the full episodes of the podcast, you got to go join our Patreon. Link in the description, and you'll get every full episode of the podcast. We put half of every other episode on YouTube. So if you love my podcast, join Patreon, try it out for a month, see what you think. You'll probably love it. People there say they love the positive community. Just saying. So check it out. So let's start with our highs and lows. Okay, so I can go. Okay. So, a common low. My low is that my hips or something, whatever, I don't even know what it is, hurt a lot. And it's horrible. But it's temporary, so it'll be fine. My high is that, when we had this family get together over the weekend, we did a weenie roast, as Alex likes to call it. And it was so fun.
A hot dog boil or a hot dog extravaganza.
Oh, wait, he did another one too. Alex told me a hot dogs. Dang it. I can't remember what it was. Okay, whatever. And anyway, it was really fun. And we had like this huge backyard we were in with the fire pit, s'mores, hot dogs, and also there was birthday cake as well. But it was really, really fun. And Barrett had a blast. I had a blast. Nick had a blast. It was just really, really fun. And I was like, wow, this is we're doing like a tradition of like once a month weenie roast.
Love it.
So it was really fun.
Oh, love the weenie roast.
Wait, what was your low?
My head.
Just hit pain.
Sorry. My low has been that my sons have not been sleeping for a long time, and that's been really challenging for me. But they did sleep last night, so that was good. They haven't been sleeping in a long time, and I'm very tired. And my brain is just like, boom. Like I keep saying the wrong words. I'm like, oh, what's the word for that? Oh yeah, pickle. Like I can't think of simple words all the time because my mind is just like, ugh.
Yeah, pickle's hard to think of.
And my high was that last night we went on a family walk and it was so pretty. We took the stroller, we went to the park, and I was like looking at the baby swings, and I was like, we need to put the babies in the baby swings. But there was two babies there that were using them, and we had to leave. So I was like, we'll have to come back. Maybe tonight we'll go back. I really want to see if they like them. So I just had like such a
I accidentally traumatized Bear down a baby swing.
Wait, really? What'd
Sorry,
you do?
Christina.
He pushed
I
you too
accidentally
high?
went too fast, and then he like was like,
Oh, sorry, baby. He still likes swings though. I want to take the babies.
good. I'm glad that he likes
Babies
it.
love swings.
Oh my gosh, and the smile they get. Like I've pushed babies on swings like when I babysat, and I'm like, I can't wait for the twins to experience it. So maybe I'll do that tonight. We'll see.
Okay. My high was that I had a great Monday. You know, I really I got up and I just got to it and I got a lot of stuff done, and it was a great start to my week. and I felt good. But then my low was that today it was kind of the opposite, where I didn't really want to get up. I didn't really do anything because I couldn't stop watching Married at First Sight.
Oh my
I
God.
I did some
was wild.
things, but I was just like, like, you know, just one of those days. You just can't just get to the tipping point of just.
You can't muster
Getting
the
over
strength to just do it.
So that was kind of a low because now I have to do stuff tonight that I was gonna do this morning. I'm kind of like, but it's not that bad. But it's just like annoying. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna go unless you know what you're gonna say.
No, you go. I
Oh,
used to
cool.
think.
And I
thought
just
was
forgot.
forced into
You guys
going.
are all wearing merch.
I know. I just realized that.
Boom, boom, boom. Merch day.
Okay. Anyway, moving on to me, the most important. Oh, just kidding.
sure.
Let's see. My high. When you said you had a productive day, I was like, oh, you know what? That reminds me. It's day 2, so the bar is low, but I'm trying to exercise every day because I am a sponsored pre-diabetic. I'm just kidding, but I'm trying to figure that out. And look, I may have to go on medication. I don't know. Well, how much is genetics? How much is diet? We don't know. My appointment isn't for 2 weeks. So I'll say my low, first of all, is I was diagnosed a week ago and I don't get to go or until like late next week. So it's like pretty much like almost 2 weeks from now of like figuring out what exactly this means, what exactly I have to do and how to fix it. So it's this like this tension. What's going on? And I kind of abuse it. I'm like, well, no one told me I can't eat this cupcake, but Lisa, don't eat the cupcake. You're pre-diabetic. And yet I ate 3, so that was not good. But I exercised yesterday and today. Really good Peloton rides. I was like, ooh. So that was my high, is that I actually shocked myself and made time to do it. I was like, you know, this is extremely important. You should probably do it. So I did it, and it was great. So. The low is the weight, but the high was the weight. I'm just kidding. It was the cycling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Let's see. I
You
think
knew this was coming. in the words of Lauren.
Just chillax, okay? We're going pretty fast today, okay? I can take a second to think. Well, okay, my low was on Friday morning when I woke up and I had to babysit for Christina. And I was so tired. And then also Christina's last 2 babysitters had like the stomach flu or something. So like I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die.
Oh, you thought you were gonna get the stomach flu.
Yes.
And did you get it?
No, I didn't. And Barrett, I was so tired. But Barrett is relentless. And he wanted me to vacuum the couch for like an hour straight. So I was laying there
you
vacuuming. Oh, literally.
He's like, you have to.
You
That's
need
what
to
he
do
likes
that.
to
He
do.
picks it up, brings it to me.
He's like,
hello,
more.
And then I close my eyes, and he goes, "Hi, hi, okay, Barrett." And I
Barrett is
vacuum, and
a
he's
merciless master.
And when you tell him to say, "Can it, lady?" and he goes, "Get it, laughing."
Yes, I'm already getting him to say, "I'm Radio Rebel."
He's like, I'm Web. He's like, I'm Reb.
Yes. I took him for a walk yesterday. And we're sitting on the ground. He stands up, starts walking away, and says, "Bye." Says, "Bye." I'm like, Barrett, you want to get out of the driveway? No. Okay, Barrett.
character.
So I was not a great babysitter. And then I went in my bed and laid and I felt guilty because she didn't need help. And I was like, I can't do that. Sorry.
Wait, you left early, or what are you
No,
saying?
I left when I was supposed to leave, but she didn't have anyone else coming. So I was like, I shouldn't. I could have offered to stay, but I couldn't in my
You couldn't have.
in my heart. The high was
You did what you could.
I feel like there's a lot of random things that happened that were fun and good.
Just pick one.
Okay. I don't know. I can't think right now. I'm like, for some reason, my brain just shut off. It shut down.
Okay,
But,
so Amy had no high. It was just
I
a black
had
hole.
a good time. I don't know. Oh, okay. We'll just pick a random one. That it's like really nice weather, and it's like really affecting my mood like a lot, in a very positive way.
Girl, you're crazy. This is hot. This is not nice weather.
No, this is nice.
But it's sunny though. I think it's
nice
just pretty.
hot because there's hot, which is the whole entirety of the summer,
it's not humid yet. Okay.
and it's like nice hot right now, which is my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to our 5 perspectives.
Okay.
So we have a question and we're all going to answer it. Here's the question.
Okay.
Kind of random. I don't know which one you made this up. I don't know how we're going to answer this either. What type of grandma will you be?
Oh, that was not me.
I think that was me.
That's a Catherine thing.
All right, I'll tell you because I know what I'm gonna do.
Of course, she
then
picked
it was
that
you.
because
I made this plan many years ago, and this is I'm pretty sure I'll stick to it. Okay, I'm gonna be the type of grandma who has a giant garden. That is my number one grandma goal, is to have the best garden ever with tons of vegetables, fruits, and flowers. Wow. And then I plan to wear a lot of overalls, and I plan to grow my hair very long and wear it in pigtail braids.
Oh, God.
This is so thought out.
And it's gonna be gray. So I'm gonna let my hair go gray, and then I'm gonna put it in braids.
In the words of Albus Dumbledore, it does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. Why don't you grow your hair out now and wear overalls now
and dye it gray?
What if
no.
She doesn't
This
want it
is
now.
a grandma-specific dream that I made a plan.
Only wants it in her.
And I want to wear a lot of hats. And I also want to bake. I mean, I bake a lot, so I want to be the grandma that always has lots of baked goods for my grandchildren. So
Wow.
yeah, that's my plan.
That's why she had to pick that question.
Okay.
Yeah, she was like, I know exactly.
I've never thought about it.
And then I want to hear everyone's grandmother names.
Well, because everyone, sorry, Laura, I'm just like going on the soapbox for a sec, and then I'll hear yours.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like the reason I did this is because there's such a thing in our culture about like aging is so bad, especially for women. Oh, you're just a horrible person when you age, whatever. I don't know. Well, yeah. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a fun thing that I can look forward to. I'm looking forward to that time. I think it'll be really fun. So yeah.
Okay, I will be the grandma that's not that. I'm not gonna be like, oh, let me bake you a pie. I'm gonna be the grandma that's roasting everyone. So I'm like, look, I'm too old for this. Stop it.
Lauren, I can see
I'm
that.
not gonna have one of those weird names. I'll just be grandma. That's it.
Lauren, you roast.
I don't know.
I think I would be like granny, maybe.
I think I'll be grandma.
Or gran.
I'll be whatever they call me. What if they call you Zozo? Then I'm Zozo.
Yeah, but they're not gonna have a speech impediment
call you
forever.
They're not going to call
No,
Lauren
but
names.
why do we call her Aunt Rolly? You're 30.
Because Dad called her roll.
Exactly. Something that just spit on you.
Something's never changed.
Food spit on me today. No, I dropped
Lisa,
my
that was not a
chicken
speech
on your
thing.
foot. No, I'm saying it doesn't matter if you have
very
speech impediment or not.
calculated thing. It
It
wasn't
just sticks.
Well,
my
it
grandma
doesn't matter though.
flugelhorn.
Lisa,
Okay,
I'm
whatever.
gonna be though. I don't care what they're saying. It's grandma.
Oh,
Say
gotcha,
grandma.
gotcha.
That's what I'll do.
Okay, I'll go next. Listen, I've already thought about this, at least getting older. I'm going to travel the world. I want to see Egypt.
Are you
I
one of those
want-
grandmas that's always on a cruise?
Yeah, no. I'm going to like Thailand, Singapore, Africa, the Northern Lights. You know, I need to see these things before I die. I'm sorry, Chad. I'm probably going to get in a hot air balloon at some point. He hates that so much, but I really want
I
to.
wanna do that.
You got
So
it.
anyway,
Okay.
catch me if you can. I'll be always gone. But
Oh my.
if my kids have a kid, I'm going to come back for a while, you know. But once it's really going to be, hopefully I can time it after my kids grow up, before they start having kids. I'm going to travel the world. So I guess I wouldn't be a grandma yet.
You
But
can
anyway.
do like 2 trips a year where you're like gone for a little while.
Yeah. So
So
anyway.
you still have that balance.
It's going to be that. And then I also know every time I go to the at-home section, look, I've already done it right now because I'm not dwelling on dreams and forgetting to live.
Oh my
My
God.
backyard is already full of flamingos, fish with solar lights. I mean, you name it. It's a very wacky place. It's very colorful, but it's just going to get worse as I get older. I'm going to have the
Oh, for
garden
sure.
flag that's like a gnome and like
Oh, yeah.
all of that. That's all I know
You're
so
gonna be a
far.
wacky grandma.
And I don't. Is my hair gonna be long or short? I have no idea. But I know that's all I've thought about.
I didn't know you guys had like this aesthetic planned out. I was just
Well,
more
it's
thinking
just-
like
what do you think
personality.
your grandma
No,
said
I
would
just
be?
see things and I'm like, oh, I love that, and I do want some of it now, but I know I'm gonna go crazy when I'm older. I'm just. But
I was just trying to be nonconformist because I feel like most grandmas cut their hair really short. So I was like, I'm gonna
so
grow
you
mine
don't
really
even
long.
you don't even care what you just
Put
want to
in
make sure it's
braids.
not what
Just
other
be
people have.
contrarian.
Exactly.
It has to just be what you love.
Yeah.
I love that.
I never thought about this before until
Oh,
now.
I think about Barrett having a child. Oh, it's so weird.
That's
'Cause
so
he's a
weird to
baby.
think
But
about.
think
Oh
about
my
Lily
God.
having a kid and
No, I
Dawn
can
and
imagine
Leo
that.
having kids.
She's a
so
woman.
it's
I'm
like,
She's a woman.
I'm already prepping like when
It's
you
I think
she'll
get
be a
pregnant.
fun-
It's gonna be tough, but it'll be worth it.
Oh my god.
she'll be like a fun, spunky
I'm like,
mom.
all
I
this
feel
is normal.
like.
People don't tell you. It is so hard, girl.
Yeah.
I'll tell her beforehand.
Yes,
Yes,
Lisa
I always
will be
think
great
about what
with
things
that.
I'm
But
Say.
not so much that she never has a kid.
That she's
you know.
scared.
Okay,
Don't
but
worry.
I'm thinking about it just now. I'm thinking about it, and I think of a couple things. So I literally have never thought of this before, but I can think of a few things that I love that I'm pretty sure. I wonder if we'll be so off, but
I know.
I'm like, I think these will be
What's your prediction?
So food, I think I will be really into making them the best food, like the most
Could see that.
I'll be like,
delicious
you can make me food.
meals and
I did it my
snacks.
whole life.
No, I never did it. I want to make them like the best snacks and stuff.
That's nice.
Number one.
I'll buy them.
Number two, teaching, one of my favorite things. So I want to be like teaching them anything that they want to learn that I know.
Swimming.
This is so
Yeah,
strange.
piano,
to think
swimming,
about.
gymnastics type of things like that I know how to teach. I will probably for sure, because I already do that with Barrett. I'm already teaching him stuff all the time, like extracurriculars. And then what's the last one I was thinking? Teaching. One thing I know.
One thing she knows.
When my kids have kids. So this is me being grandma to the newborns.
What?
I will be very, very involved, not in an annoying way. Like I'll be there to hold. I'll hold the baby.
helpful.
You go.
Yes.
Take a bath.
Yes.
I'll stay the night. I'll get up with the baby. I'm an expert at getting up with the baby who wakes up every hour. I'll do it.
That's gonna be so nice.
I'll
Imagine
get
if
your
Barrett
daughter.
had
I'll
a
get
kid that woke him up every
I'll do
hour.
your
It would be like
laundry.
payback.
You're like, Parrot, just laugh at him.
I'm gonna be
did
like
this
that
to me.
too. Like
I know.
yeah.
I'll
Good
be
luck,
like,
sweetie.
Barrett, you did this to me, but
You're just paying back what you already took.
But but maybe his wife, I'll be like, you didn't do this
You
to
poor
me.
thing.
I'll give you a break.
No, he'll be like, it's okay, I got this. Ha. Look, I
know,
just thought
think
of
about
one
that.
more. I'll take my grandkids, if they're like, a few years old or whatever, on the trips with me. Not to Egypt, but like,
Trips with your grandma.
you bet
is
your
so
butt.
Yes,
fun.
we
We're
did
going
trips with
to
our grandma.
Atlantis.
That was fun.
Well, I'm going to talk like far
Remember
away.
our grandma bought us a giant
Hi.
tub of jelly beans, and Lisa and I were eating them for like hours in the back of the car. We were just like, oh, try this flavor.
That's shocking.
I don't
Remember
remember
that?
Normally it was just like pretzels that were
I was
bad.
No. Oh my
She
gosh, okay,
was
let's
the
not
junk
roast our
food
grandma.
queen.
She's not alive
no,
anymore.
she
so-
was the junk food queen. It was fun. It was like, Chad, I tasted some of his Lucky Charms the other day, which I've eaten Lucky Charms a million times, but something about the smell, I was like, the wheat part, I was like, I'm at my grandma's house. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's true. She
All
always
the-
had fun food.
She had the cereal,
I'm
she
just
had the
thinking about
cookies,
the
she would make
Maryland's
ice cream,
The Maryland's
popcorn.
trip was
So
not
sweet.
fun food.
No, because that was
No.
travel.
Okay, she-
but at
Oh,
the house,
okay.
Here's
and
a
she made
bruised
us-
apple and some sink out of the hotel water, like
She would make us
her
pizza.
water out of the sink.
That was
Sink out of the
nothing
hotel.
Italian about it. It was straight.
she made us American
It was
pizza.
straight out of Iowa, but it was so good.
It was
It
good.
was
You
so
know what
good.
I want to make the
was
other
great
day?
at
Her
cooking.
she used to make drumsticks with mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what
And
that
she would like
recipe
put
was.
breading on the chicken.
Yeah.
It was
What
so
was
good.
it?
I remember
She was
that.
the queen of cooking.
Do you know that, Laura?
Nope.
Drumsticks?
Well, Lauren didn't
No.
go as much.
I don't
when
remember
she
that.
was
Grandma
raised.
always
Our
made these
grandma. She
specific
made it fun.
drumsticks for dinner, and they were so good.
Yeah, they were really
I
good.
remember those.
I need to ask Mom. Okay, sorry. Last one.
Whole grandma
Um,
tirade.
I feel like in many ways
I'll tell you,
will be
I already
similar
have
to
a mother
our
I was gonna
grandmother.
say.
grandmother.
Oh, okay.
You'll be really helpful. I know.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And you'll be like,
Amy's gonna be sweet.
I feel like it's
Cringing at
you.
things?
Yeah.
I was
Maybe
gonna say, I feel like
now,
Amy kind of
but
is already
yeah.
in her grandma's state.
I don't think there will be much difference.
Worrying?
I think that I'll be one of those grandmothers that refuses to
Worrying.
sell the family home. I already know that.
Wait, you're like, no.
Yeah, no, we're
I
not moving.
okay.
Okay.
Unless we want to.
Who's living with you?
You just live
Your
in
husband?
the family home and your kids come over and it's fun because they're like, oh.
Yeah, she's saying she and her husband will stay there forever.
gotcha.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'll be kind of like very hippie-ish, but also very like.
Yes,
Are you
hippie
sure you're
grandma.
gonna
That's
do that?
me. That's gonna be
Are you
fun.
sure that that's what you want to do? Are you sure? Okay,
Okay.
great. Here's a
All right.
cookie.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Cooking
Oh,
for
I
your troubles.
gotta have the best cookie jar. That's gonna be one of my staples. Okay, sorry. Let's go.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, yeah.
So guys, we're gonna talk about cooking, meals, etc. for a sec, especially hear from some ones that you guys have made recently. So we want to thank our sponsor, Green Chef. We've talked about them before, and apparently you guys loved it. We
Oh, yeah.
love them so much. Green Chef, if you guys don't know, is a CCOF certified meal kit company. They make
it.
eating well very easy with plans to fit every lifestyle. So if you're like keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, whatever, they have something that will fit your lifestyle. So you don't have to worry about that, because we've talked about this before, how stressful like planning your meals can be, planning your dinners, especially if you have like dietary restrictions. Like when I was breastfeeding, I was like dairy free. That was kind of difficult. So it's hard to plan, and sometimes it's like you don't have all the ingredients, and then you like don't want to go to the store, something went bad, blah blah blah. You're just exhausted and you just don't want to think about it. So this is a way to remove a lot of stress from your life, especially also because we have a special code for you guys, discount, so you're gonna want that. But basically with Green Chef, it's premium and organic, fresh produce, premium proteins, organic ingredients you can trust. It's the #1 meal kit for eating well. It's convenient and easy. I mean, I don't know how much more I can even can explain to you guys. You guys know it's stressful with cooking. I mean, I feel like that's why everyone just wants to eat out all the time.
I avoid it like the plague, but with this, it's
hard.
like, it's all laid out. What excuse do I have?
Yeah, so you don't have to think about like measuring and all. I feel like that's when I'm tired. It's like I don't want to think about measuring an eighth, and then a quarter, and then a whole teaspoon. It's like too much. I'm serious. I'm like, I hate
dump it all.
I hate doing that. Yeah, sometimes I'm like, I'm just not measuring. I'm just gonna go for it. But with Green Chef, it's pre-made, pre-measured sauces, dressings, spices. They make cooking way, way easier. So you can spend a lot less time trying to put everything together. And you can avoid the grocery store. Another thing I would love to avoid. And there's a lot of variety. They offer 24 always changing recipes to choose from every week, so you never get bored. And I want to hear about some of your guys' experiences with what you made.
It was so good. Okay,
mine was really good.
I made, let's see, I did Mediterranean chicken.
Yes,
I did a barbecue pork with mashed potatoes.
Yes, I did that too.
And then and it's like these foods were so good and they were so healthy. And then the other one was the salmon. Did you get the salmon one?
I did the shrimp one.
Oh, I didn't do the shrimp. Okay, everything was delicious. Like she said, I cook all the time, and Green Chef meals took half the time because half the time is measuring the ingredients. So it was like, as a busy mom, I saved so much time with the meals. They were delicious, and they were literally took me 30 to 35 minutes. Usually takes me an hour. And they're really healthy. Everything's just like there. It was, and the recipes were so good that I saved all the cards and I already made one of them again just with what I had on hand because they're so good. And I was like, this is so easy. I need to make this more.
Yeah, I thought it was so fun. Like, I actually looked forward to it. Like coming home, like, oh, I'm gonna make this meal because it was so good. It makes me feel like I'm a gourmet chef. Yes. And you know, as you guys know, if you watched my stories, I hate the grocery store, and I always have a problem like actually having real food. So it was just like really fun and simple. I don't know. I didn't realize that it was gonna be so easy. So I'm like, I have to cook all this stuff, but it was actually like not hard and fun.
Yeah, they're really simple, but the result is like elegant and delicious.
The directions are like super clear, which I appreciate because I panic real hard.
And they're in order of steps,
but they're very, very well like written, and so it makes it very easy, and it also teaches you some things too.
Yes.
What was your favorite meal so far that you had?
I think that Mediterranean chicken one. Oh, it was so good. The chicken was so like juicy. I never made chicken that good in my life. I was like,
I think the barbecue pork one, that was so. I literally licked the plate because it was so
I licked the plate of all of them.
Yeah, I really licked the plate.
You guys alone in your homes?
Literally.
That is a lot.
I just wanted every drop of the sauce. It was so good.
That's a lot.
Okay, if you guys want to try this out and get $130 off plus free shipping, go to greenchef.com/Cimorelli130 and use the code Cimorelli130. We're going to have a link to our description, but it's greenchef.com/Cimorelli130, code Cimorelli130. $130 off and free shipping. Give it a try. See what you guys think. Especially it's like if you know you have like a really stressful week coming up, and you like, no, I have this really busy week planned. Maybe it's like a wedding week or something. You know, this is a great thing to plan ahead for when you know, or as Kath says, certain months are like the busiest months of the year allegedly. And if you know, this is going to be a really busy
and December
month.
are the busiest months of the year. Just
that's a great time.
So far, that has been true.
That's a great way to plan ahead so that you don't have to. You can like take meal planning off of your list, and you can just have it all ready to go. So check that out. Link in the description. greenchef.com/Cimorelli130. Use code Cimorelli130 to get $130 off plus free shipping. Give it a try. Let us know. Ooh. Let us know in the comments if you guys end up using it. I guess you might be in later comments. Let us know what you think. If you love, I wonder if they'll still have the Mediterranean chicken, because I know they cycle in and out, but now I'm curious.
Whatever
I want to try that.
Will be amazing.
I want to try.
Their meals are so good.
All right. Thank you so much, Green Chef, for sponsoring us. And thank you guys for supporting our sponsors. It really helps us out and it means a lot to us. And we always appreciate it. So should we get into the main topic? Mm-hmm. So as I said, we had to split up the group
part one,
long-winded from the non-long-winded.
From the non-winded.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And
doesn't that mean you have flatulence? If you're
No.
winded. Oh wait, no, never mind.
No, that's breaking wind. Winded is like I ran and now I'm winded.
Okay.
Well,
Anyway,
back on track.
So what we're doing is Kath and I are starting this one, and we're talking about our most devastating failure or obstacle or challenge. And these three are gonna chime in and ask questions and such. It's kind of like an interview, but not exactly like an interview, but kind of.
It's just them telling their stories, a little bit of commentary.
I love to interview.
Yeah, Lauren's a good interviewer.
Do one of you guys want to read? They're in the group.
Sure.
Lauren, go for it.
I love interviewing.
I really
it's
think
so
you are the
fun.
host.
Yeah, I think
You
I'm
are
good
good.
at
She's
it.
the hostess with the mostest.
Okay, so who's starting?
Do you want to start or do you want
I
me to
can
start?
start.
Okay.
So we'll each go through the question and then we'll both answer it.
Yeah.
All
sure.
right. So
Also, wait, really quick sidebar. I have a stomach ache right now, so if you see me making faces, I'm in my own world, but I'm listening. But
I should have said that.
It's not related, yeah.
I should have said that in the other episode when everyone thought I was mad at Lisa.
Because I just realized they were about to start talking, and I immediately took this posture.
you're like, ew.
She
shut
hates
up.
Christina.
That needs explanation.
It's not what it is, guys.
All right.
All right, let's go.
So here's my first question for you. What failure or challenge or obstacle are you going to talk about today? And what was your low point?
This is the one that Lauren forced me to talk about. Just kidding.
What?
I said two options. Lauren's
Encourage.
you should talk about this one. So I think I talked about this on Patreon. I just have a memory of it and I can't remember. So you guys might know kind of what I'm talking about, but I might have not talked about it. But it's a big story in our Cimorelli history from what year is it? 2017? End of 2017, going into 18?
into 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
Wait.
Feels like a lifetime.
Wait. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So it's
I think
pretty.
it's 5 years
It's pretty
ago, yeah.
interesting. Just saying.
Oh, wait,
so
no, yeah, four.
basically,
Four and a half
I'm
ish.
saying what it is and
Just
the
what
low
was
points.
it? Yeah, and what was the low point?
Okay.
Let's start with that.
Okay. So I'm talking about our biggest. It's like our biggest financial failure, kind of.
When
Is
it
that-
all went
Yeah.
down the toilet.
It's like career panic, devastation. So basically, we had, I guess the year doesn't matter that much, but we had a person working on our team and we thought that they were putting everything in place really well for us, trusted the person and whatever. And then kind of just trusted them because, they're supposed to be in charge of things and such which and so forth. My old teacher used to say that all the time. And then thought everything's, going pretty well. So then I go to this, my dad sees some of the financial statements and he's, I think,
Alarm bells.
and he's like, what the? And then he is like, let's go to a meeting. So he and I went to a meeting with this person and our financial team at the time. We did not work with them anymore. It was a wild meeting. It was wild.
Oh my gosh.
My dad is way more intense than I am, okay? And
He was spanking them verbally, right?
oh my gosh. Yes, he was. I think he left in the middle at some point.
Of course
he
he
got
did.
up and left and was heated and I was just sitting there
Hey.
And anyway, so we got in this meeting and he was like, what the heck is going on, basically? What did you do? What happened? The financial situation has never been like
our
this
financials
before.
every year and know at the end of the year what we made.
We've never
what we
been in
spent.
this situation in
Yeah.
our life. So we were in very dire circumstances where I think it was the next month we would only be able to pay ourselves the next month. And then after that, we would not be able to pay ourselves.
We were almost out of money.
So just make $0 basically.
That's scary.
And he was like, what happened? The account was about to be completely drained, which has never happened before. So obviously I'm panicking because we had a house at this point. We used to have a house. It was like the band house that we all owned, and we had to pay for that every month, obviously. Yeah. And we have plenty of things we had to pay for all the time.
We all lived on our own.
There's
we weren't
plenty of expenses. Yeah. I mean, not our
this
personal
is the
ones. I mean,
money
the
we
band
run
ones.
the business with.
Lawyers are very expensive.
Taxes.
The people who work with us, taxes are very expensive.
Paying for merch, paying for shoots.
All those things. Yeah, like you can't even do merch.
You can't put out merch if you don't have the money to buy it.
Money to buy it first before you even sell it, which is a hefty price. So
It's a hefty.
I was obviously, so we did this meeting and it was like very bad. And I was like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? We are in a very, very bad place we had never been in before. And I'm the one in charge of this. So I can't be like, hey, Amy, what's the plan? Get us out of here.
It's all on
Heck
you.
if I know.
Yeah, I can't ask
Cry,
anyone else.
that's the plan.
And I'm 27 at this point. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. My income, all of their income, everyone on our team, blah, blah, blah. What are we going to do? How are we going to pay for everything? How are we going to bring in more money? So the low point I go into now. Let's see. The low point is right after that, it's setting in and just being like, crap. We're like in a horrifying place where I don't know what we're going to do for money, and I don't know what we're going to do next month, and I don't know how we're going to get out of this, and I don't know how I'm going to get us out of this, because it's on
was on your shoulders.
me. So I'm trying to think of more of the lowness, but I don't know if I can quite remember it. But yeah, it was a very, very, very stressful, obviously, and I had no idea what I was going to do. I was like, is the band just going to end now? Like, do we have to go, everyone has to like find different jobs or something? Like, what are we going to do if we're not bringing in money? And what happened to the money? Where did it go? I need to see things. What happened? What happened over the last year?
So how long were you kind of in that like panic moment before you just kind of realized you had to turn things around? Like how long was that, and what was the turning point where you're like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do?
Well, I feel like I feel like with certain things, like maybe mental health things, I can stay in a ditch for like a long time. If it's kind of mostly affecting me, I can just be like, well, I live here now. My life is over. I live in the toilet. I doggy paddle every day.
If it's something that only affects you. Okay.
But because this was not that, I did not have that option. So I was like,
doggy paddling in the toilet.
I have to figure out how to get us out of this. I'm not going to go to my parents and be like, hey, can you help me? I would just ask for advice more. I don't know why. I can't be like, hey, can you help us out financially here? Or can you, because I mean, regardless of that, we still needed a plan, right? So kind of immediately I was like, I have to come up with something. The end. There's no time for me to be like, I literally can't do that. I'm just going to go straight into
backstroking in the toilet.
On earth am I going to do? So, oh wait, what's the question?
It's just how long was that and what was your turning point? So I guess kind of the turning point was right away.
It was all at
once. When you realized what was going on, you're just like, all right, what am I going to do?
The turning, it's like the next day I was like, I'm making a plan. I'm going to figure this out. I talked to my dad, I think, and he always gives a speech kind of about like when your back is up against the wall, do you just like roll over and die basically, or you just go for it? And I just go for it. If my back is up against the wall, I'm just going to go for it. And he does the same thing. So it wasn't that long. I was like, no option. I need to pay bills next week or next month. The end. So it wasn't that long.
Okay. So what did you do?
So I made
what
plan.
helped?
I made a big plan. So I was like, okay, guys, we're going to start uploading 3 times a week. Remember we did that?
That's when that started.
We're going to upload 3 times a week. I'm going to call everyone I know who is...
Wait, uploading 3 times a week will up our YouTube income, right?
Yeah.
That's why? Okay.
It was an interesting
That
plan.
was a wild time.
Yeah, I was like, we're going to upload 3 times a week.
Well, that was the time when people were doing daily vlogs.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah.
So
It was
we
a
were
different
like,
time.
3 times a week. Okay.
It was not like now. Now that would be very different. But so that and then I said, I'm going to call every like influencer person I know in the industry who we're like connected to, who can give me advice. And I'm going to ask them for advice. And then I guess the plan was get our YouTube revenue up as much as possible by putting out more content, and then get advice from these people
Did
on what they do.
anyone specifically give you advice that you'd like to shout out that really helped? Or no?
Well, I remember the advice. I don't really want to shout out specific people on certain people. One very big channel said, the person from that channel said, we should try, actually, he said, don't put the Cimorelli podcast on the YouTube channel because it wasn't getting as many views. He was saying at that time, anything that's not getting as many views, like we were putting like all of our songs from Sad Girls Club album, I think, we're not getting as many views.
Oh, right.
He was like, if you do a bunch of those in a row, then it will kind of kill the algorithm at that time. So to not do a bunch of things in a row that aren't going to get as many views, something like that. And he was saying like in the thumbnails, we should try putting more of us in them instead of one person so that people can see that more of us are in the video or something like that. I don't remember everything he said, and then another one from Maddie B's channel, another huge channel, his cousin who was running that, he was saying I'll tell you after, he was saying we should do like more like storyline types of things, and that's why we did Finesse. With the storyline. If you watch our Finesse video.
That's a great, and we rewrote the word.
We made up a whole like storyline to it, which was really funny. And he was saying like put your personality and your like story out there more, like more details of us than just like the covers. So it's interesting. And then I asked a bunch of different influencers in like the music world about how they are, like how they're dealing with like copyright and monetizing the music stuff. I didn't get any good answers on that, anything new on that. So I got like some stuff, but I didn't get like much. But it helped to get advice from these people because it did give me ideas of what to do. And then basically I called all the companies involved that I wasn't happy with how they were dealing with things, and had all these very confrontational phone calls about like, well, what about this? What about that? What about this? And I was just kind of like interrogating all the companies to be like, are you doing all these things correctly, how they need to be done for us, blah, blah, blah. Making sure that everyone on our team was doing what they needed to be doing, and then end up firing like 3 or 4 different people and or companies, not working with them anymore, and just trying to figure out what's the best thing to do, who are the best people to work with. And I was working every day. I was waking up at like 6 or 7 and working until 9 every day. I was working until I went to sleep. I was like doing phone calls, because a lot of these phone calls were really long, sitting there researching like, what else could we do? We were doing all these uploads, so I was like working on songs, like we did the Coco song, Remember Me? We did a bunch of songs at once, so I was like working on that track, working on this one, splitting up this, splitting up that, blah, 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 writing out these plans, doing this, and then I hung up a bunch of quotes on my wall, which is what I always do when I need like a mindset shift that like get me in the zone, basically.
Why did you decide that you wanted to like try and put so much effort into something that seems so impossible instead of just being like, well, this sucks, bankrupt?
You've been listening to the Cimorelli podcast. Follow Cimorelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimorelli on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.